What's up, guys? So I know it's kind of been a minute since I've posted anything, and today I was wanting to go over some of the questions that I get asked of what you should expect when you're buying a new Edge Mustang. And whenever I say new Edge, I mean anything from 99 to 04, so whether it's a V6, a GT, Bullet, Mach 1, Cobra, I don't think I'm missing any, but whether it's any of those models, this should mainly apply for just about any of them. And now most of the stuff that I do go over is going to be more of a Mustang that's on the stocker side than more heavily modified. And I do hate to be this guy, but if you guys could please leave a like and drop a comment down below or whatever, just it'll help me out a lot. Not even really just to push videos to new people, but just so the people that ask these questions will be able to see the answers and everything. Other than that, let's go ahead and hop into it. So if you're looking at one of these cars for comfortability, I wouldn't really suggest this. And the main reason I say that is because on the interior, it is a car from '01, so it does have a bunch of that cheap plastic and everything all over. Some of the other complaints would be the shifter. This is all the way in first gear, and my arm is all the way stretched out. So whenever you're going through the gears, your arm will be stretched out all the way, and that doesn't really bother me, but I know it bothers some people. And probably one of the last things to do with this interior is probably just the looks of it, because it was carried over from the SN95 from the years before, and a lot of people seem to hate it. I don't think it's really that bad, but yeah, it is outdated and kind of hideous. And the last thing would just have to be the comfortability of it. No, it's not a road trip car or anything. I know whenever I drive to Mustang Week, which is a 4-hour drive, close to that from where I live, after about 2 hours it kind of gets annoying, but then again the car is small, so it's not like it's like a huge car and it's going to be really comfortable like as if you're driving in an SUV or something down there. Another one of the big complaints is the ride height, which I am lowered. I have iBox Sportline lowering springs on the car, which is 1.5 inches on all corners, but the stock ride height, whenever you're buying this car, it's probably about like right here. So if you can imagine that gap all the way to the top of the fender, pretty much, not the fender, but the body line. If you can just imagine that, that's pretty much where your car sits from factory, same as in the rear. And honestly, I mean, it just looks like a monster truck and it doesn't look that good. So whenever you do get one of these cars, if you lower it, I mean, it's an absolute game changer, especially paired up with some other cosmetics. These cars can actually look really, really good, and they don't cost that much. So that is a plus on these. So yeah, that's a good thing that they've been around for a while now. So there's gonna be plenty of aftermarket parts out there, and they aren't really that expensive. I mean, some stuff can get a little bit pricey, but it's not really that bad. So now I'm gonna go ahead and jump into probably one of the most hated things about these cars. So in the GT models, it comes with a 4.6 2-valve. So if you know anything about Mustangs, you're gonna know that these are probably one of the most hated motors that's came with it, the 2 valves. Now the 4 valves, people love those. And those are honestly really good motors, because I mean, the Cobras, there's been some that's been known to make around 800 to 900 on a stock block, which if you're talking about back in 03 or 04, I mean, that's pretty crazy. The 4 valves, they only came in the Mach 1s and obviously both the Cobras. I think it also came in a Bullet, I think, pretty positive on that. But the 2 valves, it's not really that appealing to look at, and the fact that they can only hold around 450 horsepower and I think like 450 torque also. And another bad thing about these motors is around 110, 115,000, the intake manifolds, which I don't know if you can even see it. It's under the throttle body and everything. Those are prone to cracking around that many miles, which I had just replaced mine not too long ago. And if you can see, mine had actually cracked on this little piece, but it was over here under the radiator hose. But that's what they did on the new one, on a Ford Performance intake manifold. They had upgraded the material from the plastic, so it's not as prone to cracking as before. So I will say, if you're looking to buy one of these cars for a couple bolt-ons and expect it to be decently quick, I mean, it'll get out of its way, but you'd be lucky to make anywhere close to 300 horsepower, which today's age, that's pretty much like nothing. I mean, there's SUVs that have that are mom cars. But like my car, it makes 241-ish to the wheels. And I mean, it's fun for what it is, but I mean, it's slow because I mean, well, it's 240 horsepower. So if you're looking to buy one of these cars to do some simple bolt-ons, that's not the option to go probably. If you're looking to make these things fast, boost is definitely the way to go. And hopefully I'll end up doing that sometime soon. I've been kind of looking at some stuff. Don't get your hopes up. Who knows? I might end up boosting this, or I might end up getting rid of it and getting something new, or getting something new and keeping this. So on to the next thing, which I know this is pretty common. The ABS sensor, they are prone to failing. So whether it's that wheel, the other wheels, I don't know. And the sensors cost like $60, I think. So I mean, you're looking at spending over $200 to maybe fix it. So staying on that topic, I will say they are cars that were made 20 years ago. So you should be expecting for stuff to happen and stuff to break. Whenever I bought the car, which is, I think I'm coming up to close to like 3 years of ownership, but whenever I bought it, I had to replace the front lower ball joints just because the previous owner, they had let it sit for a little bit of time. So I had to end up replacing that. I mean, it didn't cost me that much. I mean, it was like a few $100s or something to get a shop to do it because I didn't want to do it. And I will say, even though they lack a lot of power, they sound so good. And especially if you have the right exhaust paired up to it. Honestly, I mean, I know I haven't bought an exhaust yet, and I keep telling you I might, but plans are kind of a little bit different now with that. I don't know if I want to do that because it's a lot of money spent for no gain, unless I'm doing like headers and all that. Who knows, might just put a turbo right in there and run some dumps or something. Shh. No, I'm just kidding. Don't get your hopes up, but that is kind of my plan with this thing. If I don't get rid of it, is to go to throw a turbo on it. So I mean, you can look up tons of videos of a 2-valve, and most of the stuff sounds good. My 2 favorite mufflers and catbacks, if you want to say that, mine are probably Boiler Stingers and Bassani catback, just because I think those tones sound really good. I think the Bassani sounds better on a 4-valve than a 2-valve though, especially when you're paired up with like long tubes and all that. Other than that, I can't really think of that many other things to say. I mean, I don't really have any bad things to say about the car. I've enjoyed it ever since I've owned it, and they're really great cars. I would definitely recommend getting one, especially because I mean, they're not crazy expensive. They're really affordable, especially parts. If you want to do stuff to it, it's really affordable. So if you're looking to get one, I would definitely jump on it pretty soon, just because the value of them is probably going to go up. Other than that, I don't really think I have anything else to say. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So follow me on my Instagram right here on the screen, and I post a lot of cool pictures on that. And like I said earlier, leave a like on this video and comment. It will help me out a lot. And if you could, maybe leave me some suggestions on some videos that I should do, because I have been itching to make more videos. Honestly, I don't have any ideas because, well, the car is kind of just sitting at this point for a little bit until I'm ready to do something major with it. If you have any video ideas, drop them down in the comments. Let me know. I like whenever you guys do that, 'cause it kind of tells me what you guys like to see and everything. Also, I always get a lot of people asking what's all done in my car. So I made an in-depth video, I don't know, a few weeks ago maybe. There's an in-depth video on my channel of everything that's done with this car. So if you do end up liking something and want to see what it is, just go on my channel and you'll see the video. And other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.